Hello everyone, welcome to another stream of Star Trek Judgment Rites. So I did was able to resolve the slowness issue. I'm not sure why, but the default Windows photo viewer was consuming a lot of resources just for loading up the one image I have for the star map, which is used for copy protection in this game. So I'll be opening and closing out when we need to use it. So yeah, we are on mission 4. I believe this one's called In Darkness and Light, I think. So we will go ahead and get this one started here tonight. Yeah, hello there, Taka Jade and Leonella. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. Oh, well, let's go ahead here and let's get the game started here. Yeah, I am looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. I didn't actually get any issues with the first game. I did not get any issues with the first game. So we'll see what happens with this one. Let's load mission 4 here. You just did that one to get the music for the intro. So, based on my notes here, we need to go to Arnius the Second. So I need to bring out my map. I should have brought my map out before, but let's go and bring out the maps. So Arnius the Second here. So that's gonna be this one here, I believe. Yeah, Arnius the Second.
Approaching Onius 2, Captain.
It may be nothing, Captain, but a scan of the planet's atmosphere indicates a high concentration of rare gases trapped in the planet's magnetosphere. Atmospheric disturbances could produce random radio waves.
It wouldn't be the first time, Mr. Spock, but we'll never be able to tell if we don't check it out. After all, to seek out new life and new civilizations is our mission, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
A split infinitive, Captain.
What?
The proper grammatical expression is to go boldly where no man has gone before.
Somehow, I think it loses a little in the translation.
Alright, so here we go and orbit the planet.
Entering standard orbit.
Alright. So then, obviously we need beam down.
Captain, our sensors will not be particularly useful to you while you're down there. And communications may be erratic, sir.
We'll be fine, Lieutenant. What reason is there to worry?
I'm afraid, Captain, there are plenty of precedents. We'll be here if you need us.
I have no doubt of that.
I have tracked the signal to its source. It is near the life forms. The rest of the planet is quite desolate. No sign of life or technology. The atmosphere is thin, but breathable. And I detect numerous micrometeorite hits.
There are 3 unformed planets in this system. It's no wonder. There are so many micrometeorites. I'm surprised any Class M planet hasn't been pulverized by now.
It is not inconceivable, but it is certainly unusual.
Let's do it, Spock. You, McCoy, and I. Oh, and tell Bones to see if a genetic specialist is available. If there are only 2 life forms, we might be privileged to see life at its earliest stages.
Alright.
Feels to me as if we've landed on a skeleton after the vultures have picked it clean.
A fascinating analogy, Doctor. Captain, the locus of the distress signal is in that building.
I think the doctor is right. Anything good here died a long time ago. It feels creepy to me.
Thank you for that opinion, Mr. Johns. I'll be certain to use creepy in my log entry about this.
Oh, that's kind of cool. But I live in the city, so more than likely you won't be able to see it from here. Since we have a lot of street lights and other lights. Alright, so I guess we gotta use the science tricorder and see if there's anything outside. So do that. Let's see.
As improbable as it might seem, I am getting multiple life form readings from inside this building.
Alright, so there is life down here.
The vast majority of the water on this world is trapped within the rocks beneath the ground. It is unlikely that it could be harvested commercially because of the amount of energy it would take to free it. The world is quite normal, though the rocks are rather sparse in silicates. The planet is habitable, but unsuitable for colonization.
Alright.
The vast majority of the water on this world is trapped within the rocks beneath the ground.
So I don't think there's anything else in here.
A form of granite, Captain, primarily composed of potash feldspar.
Okay.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Indeed, indeed. Alright, we probably should make a save here. There's no telling what these aliens want to do.
Replace previous game.
Alright, we'll save over mission 4.
Well, I have to hand it to whoever built this place. All this equipment looks brand new and in good repair.
Let's hope the Enterprise looks this good when it's this old.
We should be very careful about how we proceed, Captain. I have a strange feeling that evil is lurking nearby.
Evil, Ensign?
Something that wants to imperil our souls, sir. We must avoid that at all costs.
Alright, let's get the science tricorder out and see what's in here.
Readings indicate that along with oxidation and dust, there is some organic residue in the crust-like buildup. This DNA sequencer appears to be nearly 50,000 years old. Yet it has not broken down and appears to be fully powered.
Alright, have a DNA sequencer. What do we got here?
Aside from some dust and dirt and a small chemical deposit on the intake nozzle, this DNA replicator appears to be in the same condition that it was 50,000 years ago.
Oh, replicator. Is there anything new about this?
This DNA sequencer appears to be
no,
nearly
like DNA
50,000
sequencer.
years. Readings indicate that along with oxidation and dust, there is some organic residue in the crust-like buildup.
Or maybe we need to use the phaser on it. So let's use the stun. See if we can clear up this goo.
A unique use of a phaser, but adequate for removing the deposits from the apparatus. It is fascinating how desperate situations can inspire such illogical actions.
Alright, so now if we do the science tricorder on this.
It is a fully functional genetic replicator, Captain.
So genetic replicator. So it looks like we're going to be doing some DNA splicing. Alright, let's go to one of these doors. Okay, this guy, talk to this guy first too. Ah,
I
rookie.
welcome you, otherworlders. I beseech you, save us from that which seeks our destruction.
How fitting for a devil to appear on a world that looks like hell.
Enough of that, Mr. Johns. This is just another xenobiological entity.
Correction, Doctor. This is a projection of a xenobiological entity.
Jim, the only life form readings are within that machine behind the portal. Single-cell organisms with an extremely high reproductive rate, but a very poor metabolism and an extremely short lifespan.
Alright. Let's go ahead and use the science type order on this thing. See what it tells us about it.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. Nothing unusual about that. This projection is being cycled at 1,000 frames a second, which suggests the equipment was designed to function in the presence of a race that has a sharper visual acuity than the human or Vulcan races.
Okay. Maybe we could use the medical thing on him.
Whatever he is, he's not alive. I get no readings at all from him.
Let's go talk to this guy.
Greetings, I am James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. What can we do for you? So, when do the wicked witches and goblins show up? Your emergency beacon and statement lead me to believe you see more of an emergency than exists here. Greetings, I am James T. Kirk of the USS
I think we'll go with
What can we do
option
for
1
you?
here.
I am Visner of the Alphan people. Our race possessed this world and thrived here until the invasion by the forces of light. We are locked in a death struggle with them, for they desire our destruction. Do you aid them?
No, we do not aid them. Wars and destruction are not
You
things
know,
we value.
the Octaville.
Our prime directive prevents us from interfering in internal struggles. But at the request of all parties, we might negotiate a compromise.
You know if the actors did the voices at the same time? I have no idea if they did it at the same time or not. Okay, because this game did come out pretty close to one another. I think it came out like a year apart or something. I mean, it would make sense. But I am not entirely certain. So, option 1 seems like the one we want to choose. Let's see what the
Forgive me,
other
but I
options
find
are.
that claim insubordinate. This world, while grim, hardly looks like a battle. Who is trying to destroy? Wars and destruction are not things we value.
You open yourself to confusion in speaking with Azra, but it is understandable that you want to hear his side before acting. My assessment of you suggests that most of you will fight the clouding of logic and will see through Azra's deception. Please report to me your success.
Oh, to really talk to the other guy.
The wall slot is made of surgical steel, yet it is padded as if ready to receive a fragile vessel or container.
Also, I can put in some cell samples.
A large alien computer. A large alien computer.
Alright. So, I guess we'll go see what happens on the other side here. Probably should make a save here just in case.
Save new game.
This is gonna be 4-1.
Greetings, gentle beings, and welcome. I am Azra of the Omegan people. You are the salvation we have long sought. Thank you for answering our summons.
An angel!
Actually, it is the projected image of an angel, Mr. Johns. intelligence.
Jim, somewhere in that machine behind the portal are single-cell organisms. They have a healthy metabolism and a long lifespan, but an extremely low rate of reproduction.
Oh, right, so I think we gotta somehow splice these and combine both of these cells together, I think. So let's go and use the science tricorder here. See what's going on.
This casing is constructed from a uranium alloy and contains computer equipment, an image projector controlled from the keyboard, a communications relay, a genetic bank behind that portal, and a slot with which to take samples from the genetic bank. The computer is quite sophisticated, Captain, with encoded engrams similar to Dr. Daystrom's M5 computer program, which would indicate artificial intelligence.
What?
Energy levels behind this glass are more than sufficient for having powered the distress signal we received.
This is the guy who sent the distress signal.
This casing is constructed from a uranium alloy and contains computer equipment, an image projector control.
What? Let's talk to this guy.
So where's the emergency? Greetings, I am James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. What can we do for you?
Second choice seems to be the
All right,
best
I
option.
know you're just a projection. Let's speak with your real masters. So where's the emergency? Greetings, I am James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. What can we do for you?
I am Azra of the Omegan people, an ancient and venerable race which labors to prevent the domination of this world by the forces of darkness. We require you to expunge this place of our mortal enemies.
Captain, the most worthwhile purpose in life is to fight against the forces of darkness. We must help him.
Enemies? This world is so barren that all the life on it is located right here. If you have mortal enemies, we've not seen them. Who are you talking about? Our Prime Directive prohibits us from taking part in wars on one side or the other. It would be seen as intervention. We are willing to negotiate a compromise.
This one seems to be a good option.
You will forgive me if I don't fall for a pretty face. I'm not about to expunge anyone. And I will take no action until I've heard both sides of the story. Enemies? This world is so barren that all the life on it is located right here. If you have mortal enemies, we've not seen them. Who are you talking about?
I would choose this option. I think this is going to be a better option to go with here.
I speak of the Alphans, of course. They are foul, cold creatures who pervert even the most sacred ideas. They cling to the heretical belief that life began within darkness. Of course, we recognize light as the life bringer. All things began in a brilliant, life-giving burst of light.
A burst of light? That's a common motif in creation stories.
Or in accordance with the Big Bang theory of the universe's creation.
You must expunge the world of the Alphans. This is why I called you here. I know you can accomplish what you need to do with the equipment that is present. Be warned, Visner can be very persuasive. I await your report of success.
There's no need to leave. We've already talked with Visner. I have to say that I find many of your claims insupportable.
Insupportable? How can you defend a race whose very existence is based upon deceit and foul lies?
Foul lies? Their position contradicts yours, but there are similarities. You dwell on your differences so much, you just can't see them. Frankly, Azra, Visner is quite rational and makes your impassioned pleas for genocide sound psychotic. For a being of goodness, you're rather bloodthirsty. Maybe you should try practicing what you preach. Foul lies. Their position contradicts yours, but there are similarities. You dwell on your differences so much, you just can't see them.
We'll go with this option. This sounds like a more neutral option here.
Captain, they're as different as angels and demons.
Similarities? They are beings of shadow. They mock our perfection. They are our antithesis, created after we were to destroy us and our potential for good.
You repeatedly proclaim yourself good and suggest you are morally superior to the Alphans. Why don't you act like it?
Yeah, exactly, Talking Jay. This is like the big puzzle in this game is going to be getting these two guys to negotiate and compromise. So I bet you this is more than likely a dialogue puzzle.
If you're so perfect, how come you need our help? You said they were created after you were. How do you know that?
So let's go with option 3 to seek more information.
We know we came first because that is what our sacred scriptures tell us. In the light we were born, and commanded to shun that which dwells in darkness. This clearly tells us that we came first. Surely you can see that. Or is it that you have some other interpretation of the event that birthed the Omegans?
Does your sacred scriptures explicitly say that no beings were created before you?
Dare you suggest they came first?
Let's see what we've got. 2 single-celled organisms, each incapable of survival on their own. One lives in light, the other lives in darkness. Each must live a limited and unstable life without the other.
Captain, do you know what you're doing?
Allow us to unite you again. Your combined strengths will make you a viable entity again.
The persuasiveness of your arguments has opened for me a door through which I spy a future and a truth that I have long denied. You are correct. Perhaps being only half of a whole, I could not see the solution. Yes, I desire your help for my people. Help us.
Alright, so we chose the right option. So that was the right dialogue option. Alright, hello there, Ambazine. Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's go grab this sample here. I'll just analyze it first.
This colony of creatures appears viable for the short term.
Let's pick this up.
The sample dish feels warm to the touch.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Oh, let's go talk to the other guy, see if we get a sample from him. Oh, hello there, Briar Cub. Hey, welcome to the stream. Always good to see you here. Oh, he doesn't show up automatically. Looks like it's Spock to do it. Since he's good with computers.
I do not see the logic in that action. I do not see the logic in that action. I sense no intelligence from the creatures beyond this glass.
Oh, there you go. You gotta pick on the right spot.
I am reactivating Visner, Captain.
Oh, he goes. Let's just talk to this guy here.
Was it not as I said it would be? Are not the Omegans a fanatical race, uninterested in anything but fulfilling some self-contradictory messianic destiny for themselves? I assume they filled your heads with their warped theology.
Frankly, Visner, Azra is certainly committed to his cause, but hardly the blood-mad fanatic you describe him to be.
Doesn't sound like the option you want.
Warped theology. It is true they differ greatly from you, but your worldviews are based on common beliefs. You see things from different perspectives, that's all.
That sounds like the option we want.
Frankly, Visner, Azra is certainly committed to his cause, but hardly the blood-mad fanatic you describe him to be.
Oh, that one sounds good too. I think option 2 is gonna be better.
It is true they differ greatly from you, but your worldviews are based on common beliefs. You see things from different perspectives, that's all.
Alright.
Were you utterly ungrounded in logic? They are creatures of superstition. They invaded our world, then sought to drive us from it. How can you suggest we are anything alike?
You question my grounding in logic, but you don't apply logic to an examination of Alphan beliefs. Aren't they concerned with the same things you are? You're supposed to be the reasonable one. Your facts can't be very persuasive if you aren't willing to try and find common ground.
That oftentimes good too.
You said they usurped your place in the world, which suggests prior ownership by you. What evidence do you have to support that concept? You question my grounding in logic, but you don't apply logic to an examination of Alphan beliefs. Aren't they concerned with the same things you are?
Well, let's go with this one. If it doesn't work out, we can try again.
How can their concerns match ours when they reach conclusions based on superstition and a document which is largely allegorical in content?
Logic, when applied to your arguments and theirs, suggests that you have had the same experience. The two of you are united in a common drive to attain an end. Your mutual distrust reflects a fear of facing your destiny. Realizing your full potential will not be without risk, of course, but it is possible. Meet us, meet the Omegans halfway, and we will help you fulfill your destiny.
Not a bad psychoanalysis, Jim. Freud would be proud.
Captain, you may be ignoring the obvious.
Your position is unassailable and points out the one and only purpose for our races. Thank you, Captain Kirk, for making me see that. Yes, I desire your help for my people. Help us.
Alright, we got the second sample here. Let's pick this up.
You take the alpha sample, which feels cold to the touch.
Well, now we gotta use the machines, I guess. So we have Mr. Johns here. I'm assuming we're gonna need to use him for the DNA part of this. So let's go ahead and we'll take the blue sample and put it in here.
I don't know why, but I could not get a good sampling.
Alright, let's talk to him and find out why.
Ensign, let Dr. McCoy try that troublesome sequence.
I can do the job, sir, if I can have some peace and quiet here.
Mr. Johns, I think I'm getting a clear picture here of your difficulties. Do you realize that insubordination is an offense punishable by a court-martial?
That's not gonna help us here.
It looks to me that you're deliberately trying to mislead us. That's not a good career move. Calm down, Ensign. No one is criticizing you. I just need answers.
That's kind of what we're looking for. We're just looking for answers here.
I appreciate the offer, Captain, but I know what's right and wrong here, so I don't need your help.
Ensign, I appreciate your situation, but this is not the time for philosophy. You have a job to do. Ensign, you are here as a genetic engineer, not as a philosopher. I expect my orders to be obeyed, and if you have a problem with them, I don't expect to be deliberately misled.
That sounds like a nice, firm approach. Not being mean, but not being nice.
I regret my attempt to mislead you. I will accept whatever punishment you feel is necessary.
What is it you think I'm asking you to do, Ensign?
You don't understand, Captain. Look at the Alphans and look at the Omegans. There's so much evil in the universe. You're asking me to destroy a race of good and beauty by mixing their genetics with something ugly, something evil. I can't do it.
Ensign, I think you're confusing things. The Alphans and Omegans are single-celled creatures. While the projections may have seemed sophisticated and human, they are constructs. You can look at the sequence and tell what you have there for DNA could never produce such a creature, can't you? I am asking you to do nothing of the kind, Ensign. You believe in the struggle of good against evil, and I respect that. But the application of your philosophical perspective is misplaced here. The Alphans and Omegans are single-celled creatures. They are no more capable of good or evil than a triple. Can't you see that?
Second option sounds like the one we want.
Look, mister, even if the projections should be taken at face value, both sides have agreed to this. McCoy says they're only single-celled organisms, and you're smart enough to know if he's right or wrong. Use your instruments, be a geneticist, and then make a decision.
Alright, that's
Ensign, I think I am asking you to do nothing of the
Single cells. You're right. I've been a real idiot. I suppose I should take a refresher course in ASOP.
It wouldn't hurt. Some of the wisest people in history have written for children.
Never judge an input card by its label. I guess that was the trap I fell into. It kept me from doing my job and made me deceive my captain.
If it's any consolation, you're not very good at deception, Ensign.
Thank you, sir. I hope you'll give me a chance to correct my mistakes. Do you think we're really meant to combine the two races?
You've programmed the sequences. You can tell whether they're compatible.
Sir, the sequencer indicates that they need to be combined for their continual survival. But how did you know?
I listened to Dr. McCoy. It seemed the logical conclusion, given the evidence.
Thank you, Captain.
alright, so we need to put the second sample in there as well.
This sample sequence is like a dream.
Alright. So I guess we gotta use him on the machine.
Wow, this is almost identical to an 8000 sequencer. Cutting-edge Federation technology. Just input a sample, and the sequencer analyzes it so it can be spliced or altered on the genetic level with the replicator.
Alright, what about if we do the second machine?
Captain, we have to run a set of source samples through the sequencer before I can make a composite sample with the replicator.
Oh, why don't you do that?
Wow, this is almost identical to an 8000 sequencer. Cutting-edge Federation technology.
No effect.
Wow, this is almost identical to an 8000 sequencer. Cutting-edge.
We need to put this
It's a genetic sample, and only a genetic sample.
Put both of these in here? I thought we put both samples in here already.
The alpha sample is sequenced, sir. The alpha sample is sequenced, sir.
Okay. And what about this machine?
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
No effect.
Captain, we have to run a set of source samples through the sequencer before I can make a composite sample with the replicator.
We need to put the other sample in. This is a little confusing here. What do we need to do here?
This sample sequence is like a dream. This sample sequence is like a dream.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
No effect.
Captain, we have to run a set of source samples through the sequencer before I can make a composite sample with the replicator.
This seems pointless.
The two samples have joined together as easily as if they had once been a whole and had been separated before.
Any race that had this technology 50,000 years ago could possibly have been able to perform such a dissection and kept both halves alive.
Captain, with the samples sequenced together, I'm ready to use the replicator to produce a sample with the combined genetic data.
Alright, so it's a matter of clicking the right things, I guess. But then let's go and click the second machine here now. We should get a...
I am producing a new culture, Captain. Captain, the genetic sequence is still stored in the computer. If we need another sample, the replicator can generate it.
Alright, so we have a combined sample here.
I officially christen this life form, the Gammons.
So we haven't been in this room. So I'm not exactly sure where to put this sample. go and use the sound tricorder here.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. The computer is functional, but I detect no connection between the keyboard and the machine itself. Apparently, it was designed this way.
Alright.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. There is power going into these circuits, Captain, making it capable of functioning.
No idea what this machine does. Let's look at
A
it.
large alien computer.
Well, yeah, that is helpful.
It looks exactly like the in-out access port at a genetic research facility.
Maybe put that sample in there. Let's go and put the green sample in.
Well, Jim, it doesn't look like it does anything. Oh, I guess I spoke too soon. It took it in. It looks as if the colony is getting a foothold in there.
Life energy levels are spiking. They're building to a level sufficient for sending out a signal 100 times stronger than the one that brought us here, Captain.
The gammon sample appears to be thriving in this environment.
Thank you for your hard work. You have fulfilled the design for which we were created. I am authorized to tell you. Thank you for your hard work. You have fulfilled the design for which we were created. I am authorized to tell you.
It would appear there is more to this message than we are receiving.
Kirk to Uhura, are you receiving any strange subspace or radio signals?
Captain, there is a neutrino-based transmission being broadcast near your current position from a point of unknown origin, probably from another star system. Our equipment is not designed to handle it. Though given 1 to 2 weeks, we might be able to identify patterns and extrapolate what it's trying to say.
We'll work on the problem from here. Kirk out.
Alright, so, must be more to do outside then. There's nothing to do in here, because I already resolved all the issues here. Let's go this way. No, can't go this way. No.
An antenna. I wonder what it was meant for.
That's what we're here to find out, Mr. Johns.
Alright. So we got some satellite here.
The array appears to have deployed recently, which explains its lack of damage. The focal point of the dish is aligned approximately 35 degrees above the horizon. This appears to be similar to Federation technology, Captain. Its control principles are similar to the Medaille sensor dish on Vulcan. It has locked the array at a 35-degree angle. Without knowledge of the code control sequence, I cannot adjust it. I also detect that its power core is not functioning. It operates on geothermal energy, tapping into heat from the ground below.
Alright. So let's see, is there more satellites here? We have to figure out which one we need to use or what? Oh, there's another one. Of course there'll be another one. Let's check this one out.
The array appears to have deployed recently, which explains its lack of damage. The support beneath the base is weak and crumbled. It is aligned to a point approximately 35 degrees above the horizon.
So considering that this one's weak, it's probably not the one we need to use.
Captain, the controls indicate the device is aligned at an angle approximately 35 degrees above the horizon. There appears to be some sort of anomaly in the control program that has misaligned the controls, but my tricorder is unable to determine it. With Without a method of determining the proper angle, I'm afraid I cannot realign the dish.
This one you can't use at all. So is there more dishes over here? Last but least here.
The array appears to have deployed recently, which explains its lack of damage. This array appears focused on a point approximately 35 degrees above the horizon. This appears to be similar to Federation technology, Captain. Its control principles are similar to the Madai sensor dish on Vulcan. It has locked the array at a 35-degree angle. Without knowledge of the code control sequence, I cannot adjust it.
Well, it seems like the first one is the one we need to work on, I think. We got rocks here.
This rock is a secondary formation produced by the interaction of plates, earthquakes, and volcanism.
It's either the first one or that one is going to be the one we need to use. Second one is no, definitely not usable. Definitely not usable. So I guess we could scan the rocks here, I guess.
These rocks are approximately 1.3 billion years old and are volcanic in origin.
A little spot here.
These rocks are approximately 1.3 billion years old and are volcanic in origin. These rocks are approximately 1.3 billion years old and are volcanic in origin. This appears to be the most accessible spot to heat the rocks below the ground and generate geothermal energy for the array.
So it doesn't have any power right now, so maybe, let's see, stun, no, we need kill, so we destroy these rocks, maybe? But before I do anything like that, let's save our game.
Replace previous game.
As you know, destroying rocks can actually kill you. I learned in previous Star Trek games here. Let's go, and I'm gonna go ahead and kill the rock.
The energy level is insufficient, Captain. We cannot generate the energy level needed to provide geothermal energy with hand phasers.
If it's thermal energy you want, Jim, I remember this planet that used a starship's phasers on a microwave setting to heat the surrounding rock to provide temporary power.
An interesting observation, Doctor. We could use the same technique here, but the beam would have to be extremely precise. If we targeted the wrong section, we could melt the rock and destroy the array.
I guess we could talk to Starfleet and get them to shoot the rock.
Kirk to Enterprise. Sulu, can you read me?
Sulu here, Captain. How can I help you?
The Enterprise should broadcast a low-level microwave beam at the coordinates I am sending.
We have them, Mr. Spock. Get ready. Stand away from the blast area.
Stand by, ready for weapons position.
Okay.
Sending microwaves now.
Ah, nice.
Temperature near the power coupling is rising rapidly. I estimate a below-ground temperature of 345 degrees Kelvin is required to reactivate the array. It is at 320, 330, 335, 340, 345, 350.
Shut off the beam, Mr. Sulu.
Affirmative, Captain.
The array is now drawing power. We were successful.
Alright, so can we use this? Probably should save it first, just in case.
Save new game. Replace.
Just in case something bad happens here.
Spock, see what you can do with this.
Captain, the parameters of this sensor have been preset. I suggest we do not change them unnecessarily.
Alright, what about the last?
This appears in pretty good shape for having been out for so long. I wish I knew how to use it.
Let's have Spock.
Surgical grade aluminum, not bad. I haven't a clue what to do with it, though. Male Vulcan humanoid hybrid, excellent physical condition. Annoying obsession with logic.
Somehow, Doctor, I think you have made less than objective interpolations of your data. The array dish appears to have escaped much of the damage visited upon the rocks. Captain, the parameters of this sensor have been preset.
Oh, I can't change it.
Change them unnecessarily.
Oh no, maybe go to these other one of these other satellites. Oh, they're all lighting up now. Maybe we use this one. So let's have Spock.
Captain, these controls do not seem to be functioning properly.
Alright. There you go, use the science tricorder on it.
I will need to adjust the control before the sensor array is realigned.
Alright, why don't you do that?
Captain, these controls do not seem to be functioning properly.
Okay, the last one, I guess. Not sure what we need to do here.
Captain, the parameters of this sensor have been preset. I suggest we do not change them unnecessarily.
So it seems like we're going to do something with the second one, since they say the same thing about the first and third satellites. Let's have Spock.
Captain, these controls do not seem to be functioning properly.
Maybe have them communicate with the Starfleet. Maybe they can help them out.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Maybe need to.
Scotty, I need a calculation from the main computer.
While I know the computers on the Enterprise aren't quite as good as her engines, I think she'll manage.
I am sending the problem.
Ugh, that was too easy, Mr. Spock. The angle is 32.5 degrees.
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
So is there anything else you need, Captain?
Not now, Scotty. Kirk out.
Now that he knows what angle to put the satellite, I assume we can adjust these
Interesting controls, right, Spock?
Fascinating, Captain.
So let's go and have Spock adjust this.
I am now attempting to realign the device to 32.5 degrees. It should now be correctly aligned.
Alright, so now I guess we can go back inside and talk to the new life form that we created. Let's... Oops. Probably should save it just in case.
Save new game. Replace pre.
Talk to you.
Thank you, Captain, for your aid in constituting my people and in the unexpected necessary realignment of our communications array. You have performed admirably. Of the 16 stations reporting at this point, there have been 50% fatalities, 30% other failures, and only 20% successes. One group got points for style.
Points for style? Is this some sort of game? Not another alien race with a superiority complex. Who are you this time? Your appreciation is welcome, but many questions remain unanswered. Who are you?
Let's choose option 3 here. Let's find more information about him. See what we need to do here.
I am Sisissa, a projection of a synthesis of Ozra and Visner. Clearly you know that the primitive life forms you have been dealing with are incapable of creating that in which you now stand. You will also note that the more demonic of the creatures displayed a passivity you did not expect, while the morally pure creature was aggressive and bloodthirsty.
The contradictions were noted and duly dealt with. I take it you were testing us on our ability to deal with disparate and contradictory inputs.
Yes, your reasoning ability was being tested, as well as your ability to adapt to new ideas when they conflict with deeply held beliefs and cultural customs. You passed quite admirably. Brassica were impressed.
I'm not clear on who the Brassica are.
Captain, from this site, I can deduce various things about the Brassica. They are taller and more slender than we are. They are possessed of 3 fingers and a thumb on each hand. I suppose bilateral symmetry, and I know they possess greater visual acuity than humans. They visited this place well before humans had left the Cro-Magnon stage of development. And I note they have avoided detection by us, and presumably every other race in the universe, before they decided to send out signals to bring us to their bases.
Thank you, Mr. Spock.
And more you shall know as you continue on the quest. I wish you luck.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Scotty, 4 to beam up.
Oh, the plot thickens here. So we're probably going to see some more of those guys. The Brassica.
Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
In this case, Bones, a new beginning. We were the midwives for the rebirth of a life form. 2 halves that have been made whole again. That's the way it was meant to be.
And let us hope that this is the end of Ensign John's prejudices.
We can all learn to stop judging people by appearances. Ensign Johns might have done well to remember the biblical representation of Lucifer, appearing in the guise of an angel of light.
You can never trust anybody, and people who look like pointy-eared hobgoblins are definitely at the bottom of the list.
It appears that Dr. McCoy did not learn the lesson of this mission either. Unfortunate, but not unexpected.
Fortunately, the Alphans and the Omegans learned philosophy and personal belief are not as easily divorced from logic as some would believe. We humans attain our greatest fulfillment when both of them are united.
Really, Captain?
Really? But I've had enough philosophy for one day. I'd rather worry about these Brassica and their cosmic quest.
Well, with me aboard, we're sure to get points for style.
Many questions remain unanswered, Captain.
And there's only one way to answer them.
Captain, message from Starfleet.
Bring it up, Lieutenant.
I reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. The top brass at Starfleet are impressed with the results of your recent performance. Outstanding work, Jim. Keep up the good work. Kane out.
Alright, I'll do that.
Warp Factor 5.
Leaving orbit. Increasing to warp factor 5.
Alright, mission complete. That was an easy one.
Spock, where do you think we should start looking for this? Brassica?
Logic suggests that they will present us with opportunities to come to them.
Captain, a message from Starfleet.
On screen.
Captain, the USS Regulus has been forced to cancel its survey mission to the Antares Rift. We've decided to redirect the Enterprise to that mission. The USS Hood will take over for your current assignment.
Of course, the Antares Rift has a rather dangerous reputation.
Nothing the Enterprise can't handle. But be careful. Starfleet out.
Alright, so we're going to the Antares Rift to find out what's going on here. Yeah, that wasn't particularly difficult since everything was located in the same area, unlike that last mission where everything was all over the place. Alright, yeah, open up my cheat sheet here for the star map. And find where the Antares sector is at. Antares Rift. Oh, nav map here. I think this is the glob of stuff here. I think this is where we're going. Nice. Oh, into the fog.
Captain's log, stardate 6257.6. We have entered the Antares Rift and found spatial disruptions in the rift that make using warp engines extremely dangerous. Repairs are almost complete on the minor damage we suffered upon entry into the rift. We are continuing our survey using impulse engines.
My poor babies. Warp engines were meant to be used, Captain.
Communications are back online, Captain.
Deflectors at 93% power and increasing.
Captain, undoubtedly that phenomenon would explain many of the strange disappearances in this sector. Still, with our warp engines deactivated, our computers indicate we will be safe.
Oh, I don't think so.
Communications are out again, Captain. Is anyone hurt?
If he was human, Mr. Spock's pride might be...
Captain, sensors failed to indicate anything unusual prior to the explosion. I would speculate that it was caused by an extremely unusual rift in the space-time continuum, a place where radically different physical laws apply.
And since it was different space-time, our sensors weren't programmed to detect it.
And it could happen again at any time without warning.
Lovely. Lovely. Alright, let's save our game here.
Save new game.
This is gonna be mission 5, I think. Let's go and do that.
It's stuck. We're not getting out of here that way.
Alright, so we are stuck in the bridge. Maybe Spock can help us get out? Gotta figure out what's going on here.
I do not see the logic in that action.
Can use the computer to open the door, maybe?
Captain, the library computer is online. Apparently, its circuits were shielded from the explosion. Captain, we have lost probe control. We might regain it from auxiliary control.
Captain, I've already said they're useless. I might be able to employ backup systems from auxiliary control.
Captain, these controls are useless. Captain, these controls are useless. Captain, I have to fix that in engineering when I get a chance to get off the bridge.
Helm still does not respond, sir.
I can make my own log entries, thank you.
Captain, things look very bad. I can't get any of the controls to respond.
Alright. So I guess we could...
Captain, we have lost probe control. We might regain it from auxiliary control. There is no problem with the display, Captain. We have been cut off from ship sensors.
Alright,
Captain, I am quite capable of doing my job.
Alright, I'm trying to open the doors.
I do not see the logic in that action.
Of course I don't see the logic on that action. Maybe somebody else.
Captain, I am quite capable of doing my job.
we don't have any items. So we're gonna do something in here.
I do not see the logic in that action.
Captain, I have to fix that in engineering when I get a chance to get off the bridge.
Okay.
Captain, I've already said they're useless. I might be able to employ backup systems from auxiliary control.
Captain, we have lost probe control. We might regain it from auxiliary control.
Where is the auxiliary control?
I do not see the logic in that action. Captain, we have lost probe control. Captain, we have lost. I do not see the logic.
Captain.
Oh, I need to find auxiliary control, but I'm not exactly sure where that's at.
There is no problem with the display.
Captain, I've already said that.
Captain, these controls are useless. Captain.
Helm still does not respond, sir.
Maybe.
Helm still does not respond, sir.
Captain, things look very bad. I can't get any of the controls to respond.
Okay.
Captain, I've already said they're useless. I might be able to
Maybe it's talk to Spock.
Captain, I believe I may be able to adjust the sensors to detect these spatial rifts and pilot the Enterprise to avoid them. However, the sensors are too heavily damaged here. I will need to get to auxiliary control as soon as possible if I am to reroute the necessary systems.
Mr. Spock, the bulkheads were breached just outside of the bridge. No one's going to be able to leave the bridge for at least an hour unless they're transported out.
Captain, I am quite capable of doing my job.
Oh, you know?
Captain, we have lost probe control. I do not see the logic in that action.
Maybe have Mr. Sulu.
I don't understand what you want me to do, Captain.
Captain, I am quite capable of doing.
Alright, so we're kind of stuck here already.
This door leads to the turbo lift. This is the science station, where Spock scans anomalies and operates the ship's library computer.
Hello there, McAven. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're kind of in some nebula here, and our ship is in a bit of problem here.
We need to make communicating with the rest of the ship our first priority. Status, Mr. Chekhov.
Captain, navigation is not responding. The circuits are as lifeless as a Stalinist.
Any ideas, Lieutenant?
I was barely able to reroute the necessary connections last time, Captain. Communications are completely useless now. We may be able to enter codes into the library computer and instruct others to send messages to us.
Well, that might be nice.
Ideas, Mr. Walker?
I'm a security guard, sir, not an idea man. Still, if we could send out probes to detect these rifts, we might get a better idea on whether they're moving or not, and whether we should stop and make repairs, or keep moving.
Status, Mr. Sulu.
Helm is not responding, Captain. The controls are completely dead.
Captain, I have managed to program a message into the library computer.
There we go.
The first time a person accesses the computer, they will read our distress signal. Hopefully, they can code a reply into the computer, which we can access.
Alright.
Captain, the transporters are operational. I request permission to be transported so I can begin the adjustments to sensors as soon as possible.
Go ahead, Spock.
Oh.
No, Spock, I'll go first. Go ahead, Spock.
So, alright, there we go. So we had to talk to everybody first. And then we were able to do the necessary thing we need to do here.
Spock.
I guess Sulu will be next in line to use the computer systems. And this is the only station that's actually working.
I'm patching your log into the computer. You should have voice messages.
Captain, we've managed to jury-rig an evacuation tube through the bridge turbo lift. We should be able to keep it stable long enough for you to be evacuated.
Alright, so should we get there now? Alright, so we need to go to auxiliary control here. I have no idea where that's at though. Oh, there you go, auxiliary control. This is where we have sick bay, transporter room, engineering. Alright.
Captain's log. After equipping ourselves with tricorders and phasers, we are now searching for a way to find Spock and return him to us. I've determined that the best place to start...
Oh boy.
Captain, it's a very good thing we took the warp engines offline.
How bad is it, Scotty?
That explosion was 42% stronger than the one that struck near the bridge. Our left warp nacelle is crippled, Captain.
I hope it's not a trend. Keep me posted, Mr. Scott. Kirk out.
Oh, bad things are happening here. Bad things are happening. So let's
save new game. Replace previous game.
We're in auxiliary control. So maybe we should call somebody first.
Kirk to Scott. Come in, Scott. Kirk to Uhura. Come in, Lieutenant. Kirk to sick bay. Bones, where are you? Computer. Kirk to Scott. Come in, Scotty.
Captain, I got bad news for you. This rift is affecting the hull of the ship. Our hull integrity is dropping fast.
How bad is it, Scotty?
It's at 92% and dropping rapidly. According to our system specs, if it drops below 63%...
Put as much powers as you can to the shields. Use them to support our hull integrity.
Yeah. Scotty's gonna be the man here, so let's put much power in the shields here. Sounds like a good idea.
Divert as much power as you can to the sensors. Let's find out what's causing this. Evacuate all people from the outer decks. Divert power from life support on those decks evenly to shields and sensors. Put as much powers as you can to the shields. Use them to support our hull integrity.
Yeah, so I don't have anything else to worry about, so I think putting them to shields would be a good thing here. That's what usually happens in these TV shows and movies. They divert everything to shields. Let's do that.
That will probably only buy us a few minutes, Captain.
Do it, Scotty. Every minute counts. Kirk out.
Let's go in here.
Our highest priority is control of the sensors. We must find Spock.
I'll handle it, Captain. Remember, I was a physicist when I first joined the Enterprise.
Ah! Captain, look!
Alright, so I probably should talk to this creature, I guess.
Captain, what happened?
It appears our alien friend likes its privacy.
Oh my! Can you go back in?
The Cossacks have locked the door, Captain.
Alright, so I guess we use our trusty old phasers here. Let's try stun here.
No effect, Captain.
Kill?
Captain, you might hurt someone with that phaser. Captain, you might hurt someone with that phaser.
I didn't do anything. We do multiple times.
It appears the alien doesn't want us in auxiliary control, Captain.
If this continues, we won't be in auxiliary control or anywhere else.
Let's use the medical tricorder on this creature, maybe.
Captain, there's some sort of barrier on the walls and the doors. Our tricorder scans can't get past it.
Well, we can't do anything else here, I don't think. Science.
Captain, there's some sort of barriers on the walls and the doors. Our sensors cannot penetrate it.
Well, we're not getting in there, so I guess we need to go down, keep going down, I guess. Get to the sick bay, I guess. Talk to Mr. McCoy.
Well, Jim, I leave you alone for 5 minutes and look at the mess you've made.
Let's talk to Mr. McCoy here.
Jim, what is going on out there?
Spock is gone, Bones. He was transporting off the bridge, and then he vanished, and then this alien appeared in auxiliary control.
An alien kidnapped Spock? Why?
I don't know, Bones.
Jim, I'll need a medical scan of the alien if I'm to do anything.
Alright, so I probably should have scanned that alien before we,
Jim, I'm waiting for that medical scan.
We're trying.
Did I just soft lock myself? I might have. Oh, just continue going down, I guess. Got next area. Maybe engineering. Might could get a way to get the.
Captain, there has been an explosion near the shuttle bay. I'm fine. There has been no significant damage.
Any luck communicating with Starfleet Command?
I have made contact with the light cruiser USS Jefferson, sir. It will reach the edge of Antares Rift in 16 hours. The rift is playing havoc with communications.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kirkhound.
Alright. Alright. Not good. Not good. Hey, thank you, Leonard, for the host. Very much appreciated. Alright. Go into engineering, I guess.
Captain, is it too late to put in a request for an early retirement?
Scotty, if we hit any more of these random detonations, it'll be mandatory retirement for all of us.
Actually, Captain, I was hoping for a better pension.
Yeah.
The impulse engines of the USS Enterprise. Looking at them reminds you of several times they threatened to break down. Now the engines are running fine. It's the other sections of the Enterprise that are breaking down.
I think I want to reload. Because we didn't get we did not get a good shot on the information on the alien.
Our highest priority is control of the sensors. We must find Spock.
I'll handle it, Captain. Remember, I was a physicist when I first joined the Enterprise.
Ah! Captain, look!
Maybe we should use the...
Captain, I'm getting a sensor reading on the alien. I'm sure Dr. McCoy will find this data interesting.
Captain,
what happened?
It appears our alien friend likes its privacy.
Alright, so we got information on the alien. Let's do this.
It appears the alien doesn't want us in auxiliary control, Captain.
If this continues, we won't be in auxiliary control or anywhere else.
Alright, so then let's try using the tricorder to give us a message.
Captain, there's some sort of barrier on the walls and the doors. Our tricorder scans can't get past it.
Alright, let's go to the sick bay and talk to McCoy here.
Well, Jim, I leave you alone for 5 minutes and look at the mess you've made.
Indeed, I'm always making a mess.
Jim, what is going on out there?
Spock is gone, Bones. He was transporting off the bridge, and then he vanished, and then this alien appeared in auxiliary control.
An alien kidnapped Spock? Why?
I don't know. We managed to get a medical scan.
Alright.
Jim, this says our invaders are Vaurians.
Vaurians? But they're extinct. They died out at the time that Cochrane invented the warp drive. They were slaughtered in the Three Systems War.
Jim, I know my history, but I also know my anatomy. The alien in auxiliary control is a Vaurian. There's only one strange thing.
What's that?
This creature isn't capable of doing some of the things that you described. It's an ordinary Vaurian. No special organs, no unusual brain patterns, nothing that traditionally suggests superhuman feats.
Can you neutralize it, Bones?
Actually, it's a female. And yes, I know of something that can incapacitate it without harming it. A gas mixture. You'll have to pump large quantities into auxiliary control for it to be effective, but it should work almost immediately.
Alright, so we'll get some gas.
Here's the gas, Jim. Be careful with it. There hasn't been a Vaurian in 150 years.
Alright, so where do we put the gas is the question. Let's go back to auxiliary control, I guess. See if there's a way to pump the gas in there from there. Go back here. Doesn't look like there's anything here unless we can go through here maybe.
This screen shows the layout on this deck. The door directly ahead of you leads to the auxiliary control. The deck integrity monitor. Nothing on this deck has been damaged, yet.
Captain, the intruder has locked auxiliary control.
I don't know if there's anything else accessible here. Alright, so let's try engineering and see if we can find some spot there. Transporter room, not gonna happen because we need to dump this gas. We need to go through some sort of vent.
Captain, there has been an explosion near the shuttle bay. I'm fine. There has been no significant damage.
Any luck communicating with Starfleet Command?
I have made contact with the light cruiser USS Jefferson, sir. It will reach the edge of Antares Rift in 16 hours. The Rift is playing havoc with communications.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kirkout.
Whoops.
This seems pointless. This seems pointless.
There's like no vent in here. Let's go into engineering here. See if we can find a vent somewhere.
Captain, I got bad news for you. This rift is affecting the hull of the ship. Our hull integrity is dropping fast.
How bad is this, Captain?
It's at 92% and dropping rapidly. According to our system specs, if it drops below 63%...
Put as much powers as you can to the shields. Use them to support our hull integrity.
that.
That will probably only buy us a few minutes, Captain.
Do it, Scotty. Every minute counts. Kirk out.
Putting it in here, maybe? I don't know if that's actually going to help us.
The impulse engines of the USS Enterprise. Looking at them reminds you of several times they threatened to break down. Now the engines are running fine. It's the other sections of the Enterprise that are breaking down.
It's only place where there's some sort of holes in it, in the wall.
This seems pointless. This device stores special chemicals that are pumped into the ship's atmosphere when needed, and is operated by the life support system.
Maybe we can put the gas in there. Oh, better save.
Save new game.
I better save the game here. So 5-1 here. Don't need to gas ourselves to death here. That would not be good. Let's try this.
I wish Dr. McCoy had given me the specs on that gas injection system. It looks like a rather clumsy fit.
I'll do it, Scotty.
You'd think that Dr. McCoy would have some respect for engineering.
Alright. Just gotta use the computer system to,
Captain, we won't last 15 seconds in this dust storm without our deflector grid. If it's not broke, don't touch it. Captain, I wouldn't tamper with the artificial gravity on a ship with a weakened hull. Captain, I wouldn't tamper with the artificial gravity.
where's the,
Captain, unless we have something we want to pump into the atmosphere of this ship, we should not touch the life support pump.
We do. We have the gas.
I don't understand what you want me to do, Captain. But, Captain, the controls are working just fine. But, Captain, the controls are working just... But, Captain... But, Captain, the controls are working...
So yeah, somehow I got to,
I don't understand what you want me to do, Captain.
I think we need to pump it into the atmosphere, like into the ship. Just not sure what system I need to be dealing with here.
But, Captain, the controls are working just...
We need to find the life support system.
Artificial gravity control. This system keeps the deflector control grid. Deflector control grid. Deflector control grid. Artificial gravity control. Deflector control grid. This device stores special chemicals that are pumped into the ship's atmosphere when needed, and is operated by the life support system.
Now, where is the life support system? That is the $99 question.
Impulse engine fuel control systems. This system monitors fuel usage in the impulse engines. Impulse engine... Life support control systems.
Oh, there you
This
go.
monitors and controls the ship's life support.
There we go. Alright.
But, Captain, the controls are working just fine. The first... But, Captain...
Scotty.
Let's see how our alien friend likes Dr. McCoy's medicine.
Probably as much as we do, Hikaru.
Mr. Kyle, can you transport me to auxiliary control?
Aye, sir. But I have to remind you how dangerous intership transporting can be. We've really been pushing our luck today.
I'm aware of that, Mr. Kyle, but we have to take the risk.
What?
Look, something's happening.
Disappeared. what systems are these for?
This station is identical to the bridge's science station, allowing access to external sensors and the library computer.
Okay.
Captain, everything looks fine. Our course and speed are unchanged. Our weapons are online should we need them.
Let's have,
These readings look normal to me. This looks like a normal course, right, Pavel?
Normal. It's an excellent course. The same one I entered before the alien came on board the ship.
okay. What about using the right one?
Everything seems to be working. Library computer, external sensors.
Mr. Sulu, see if you can find where the Vurian went. Maybe that will lead us to Spock.
Captain, I'm detecting the Vurian. She seems to have vanished through a rift in space. I have the coordinates of her last known location.
Alright, where is that last known location? Guess we have to get a transport of it, maybe? Since we already know the location.
That's odd. All systems look normal. The aliens haven't touched navigation. What's going on? Everything seems to be working. Library computer, external sensors.
Captain, we have the coordinates to find the Vurian. Why are we wasting time here?
So I guess we have to go somewhere else. So we haven't been to transportation. Maybe we can teleport though. It's a transporter room.
Mr. Kyle, you have the coordinates where the alien teleported?
Captain, you're asking me to transport you into another dimension. I may not be able to lock onto you there.
I'm aware of the risk, Mr. Kyle. You have your orders.
Aye, sir.
Okay, here we go.
Energize.
Time to go to another dimension.
Captain's personal log. I have transported to many strange places in my day, but beaming into an alien dimension is something entirely unique. Only the extreme risk to my ship and my friend Spock would cause me to take such a drastic risk.
This doesn't look like a nice place to visit.
There's the Vurian. I don't see Spock.
He's got to be around here somewhere.
Let's make a save here.
Save new game. Replace pre...
513 fine, I guess. Let's go and guess we'll try to talk to this thing first, I guess.
Greetings, Lord Kirk. I am Eminata. I regret the discomfort that I put you through on your ship. I wish only to preserve my joy by serving the Savant.
Are you willing to help me, Eminata?
Okay.
Where is Spock? How did you come to be? What were you doing on my ship? Are you willing to help me, Eminata?
Let's see if we can help us here.
Possibly. I am aware of your ship's distress. I can bring it to the attention of the Savant. It may help.
Actually, I was thinking more about freeing Spock. What is the Savant?
What?
I would appreciate the Savant being informed. Actually, I was thinking more about freeing Spock.
One or
What
two,
is the-
two,
I would
three.
appreciate the Savant being informed.
So maybe the Savant will be able to help us.
It is done. The Savant awaits.
Alright, let's see what we got here.
A pile of blue stones.
Alright.
I'll get them, Captain.
Walker, wait. Walker!
Oh my, that should died, that should died. Well, we can't have that. We can't have a red shirt die. Let's go to the right, I guess. Yes, that was the first venture death in this game. You don't have ventures on every mission in this one. What is this?
A pouch from the Vorian life support capsule.
Let's try to pick this up. Alright.
The remains of a Vorian life support capsule. Strange boulders jut from the depths of this strange planetscape. The remains of a Vorian life support capsule.
Alright.
The remains of a Vorian life support capsule.
I don't see Mr. Savant here. Oh, it's Mr. Spock.
Spock, what have they done to you?
Fascinating. Emotional intensity at a previously unknown level. Our link with the savant acts as an amplifier. The more minds in union with him, the greater the level of emotion. And happiness is a powerful emotion.
Spock, you want this?
Happiness is a human desire, Captain. I am a Vulcan. I want to be free of emotions. This is the antithesis of my desires.
Spock.
Let's talk to Spock.
I shall try to tell you what I know. The emotions make it difficult to communicate. The creature that has done this is called the Savant. A being of great power that has transformed itself into a creature of living emotion. It can form a link with any creature with psionic abilities, including Vulcans. It taps into latent emotions and amplifies them, using them to increase its emotional stability.
What happens if it gets cut off from you and the Vurian?
It would be alone, but could cope. We enhance its enjoyment, but we are not essential to its survival. We're like a backup system. It relies on us for emotional support, but it could exist without us.
Okay, not exactly sure what to do, 'cause I couldn't find the Savant yet. So you might want to do, maybe use medkit on him. Since he has emotional distress here.
I understand, Mr. Chekhov. It is quite logical. I understand, Mr. Chekhov. It is quite logical.
Oh, so we'll remove Spock so that he doesn't have emotional attachment. Then we gotta find the Savant. And where is this Savant at? Then we can talk to him now that we've disabled Spock.
Strange boulders jut from the depths of this strange planetscape. Strange boulders jut from the depths of this strange planetscape. Strange boulders jut from the depths of this strange planetscape.
Oh, I haven't seen anybody call this Avant. Not exactly sure what's going on here.
A pile of blue stones.
Maybe I used that pouch on something on these rocks.
I'll get them, Captain.
No, you won't. No. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to kill yourself again.
I've put them in the pouch we found. Boy, am I getting an odd feeling from these stones.
Oh, it's you put them in the pouch. Okay. We gotta find the savant.
The remains of a Vurian life support capsule. The remains of a Vurian life support capsule. The remains of a Vurian life support capsule. A mysterious hole in this dimension. Although it looks like common dirt, the ground in this strange place feels softer, spongier. Each footstep you take here feels strange.
Let's go to the hole here. Talk to the hole? No, I can't talk to any of these things. Okay. Oh, I gotta find the savant.
These large, bright rocks seem to have been thrown to the surface of this planet. These large, bright...
Oh.
These large, bright...
We gotta find this savant thing. But, I think he's gonna be crucial to finishing this quest off, I think. The spark is disabled, we got some blue rocks. Can we go this way maybe? I think it's the same place. Let's talk to this creature again.
Greetings, Lord Kirk. I am Eminata. I regret the
Are you willing to help me, Eminata?
Possibly. I am aware...
Actually, I was thinking more about freeing Spock. What is the savant? I would appreciate the savant being informed. What is the savant?
Well, let's talk to see what it is.
A being found that the physical form impaired his emotions, and so he discarded it as a lord discards his raiment. An entity of great benevolence and joy. Through my psionic talents, we are linked in ecstasy eternal.
Where is this savant?
Everywhere. When one is an entity, one transcends the limitations of space, time, and dimension. But the savant prefers to center its thoughts at the fountainhead, which is quite close.
Oh, it has to be the next area, right?
You get no response. A mysterious hole in this dimension.
The savant is now summoned, Lord Kirk. He awaits. Not many footsteps from here. By the fountainhead. Seek him.
Are you willing to help me, Eminata?
Possibly.
Actually, I was thinking more about free. I would appreciate the savant.
It is done. The savant awaits.
Meet him at the fountainhead. Oh, there we go.
I am the savant. I wish you and all entities nothing but joy.
Who are you?
That's a good question. Who are you?
Once, eons ago, I was akin to you, a creature of flesh and pain. But I released myself from these bonds and became an entity of pure emotion. And I came to this place to find a shelter from the cares of the universe.
What?
Captain, you misunderstand me. It is not my will to bring harm to any creature. I have taken two creatures that are without the most important thing in existence, joy, and given it to them in infinite variety and abundance. The Vurian was filled with despair at the death of her race. She was overwhelmed by sorrow and grief. I have healed her of these afflictions forever. As for the Vulcan, he has been conditioned to deny his emotions. I am bringing him in contact with a part of himself that will enhance his life. It is a gift of love.
You have no right to inflict emotions on any being, regardless of how positive you may think them to be, without their consent.
Oh, number one seems to be good.
Get a life. You can't just sit around feeling happy for eternity. What does that accomplish? You have no right to inflict emotions on any being, regardless of how positive you may think them to be, without their consent.
I give them an eternity of joy. Is that not every creature's desire? How can granting a subliminal desire be beyond my rights?
That is the most arrogant piece of presumption I have ever heard. An eternity of joy. And I suppose you derive no benefits from the people you hold prisoner? Do you honestly believe that because what you do may benefit them, that the ends justify the means? That is the most arrogant piece of presumption I have ever heard.
Not sure what to choose here.
An eternity of joy. And I suppose you derive no benefits from the people you hold prisoner? Do you honestly believe that because what you do may benefit them, that the ends justify the means? That is the most arrogant.
Let's
Do
go
you
about
honestly
some
believe
video.
that because...
Yes, Captain. For such a great good as that which I provide, the ends do justify the means. I will send you back to your own ship and give you safe passage through the Antares Rift if you wish.
Maybe you gotta use these blue rocks on them. Once you have them, I might try this. See what happens.
You disturb my rest. Fortunately, I am not alone in bliss. Do not use such a tactic again on me. I warn you. What is this? What am I feeling? What have you done?
What's the matter, Savant? Not feeling those good vibrations? Life isn't all happiness and joy. It's time you experienced a reality check. Is that sadness you're feeling, Savant? It couldn't be that those inferior humans have outwitted your great wisdom, could it? What's the matter, Savant? Not feeling those good vibrations?
Yeah, let's go to option number one here.
Please, have mercy. I would rather die than experience such sorrow.
If you will listen to reason, I will release you. Free Spock and return us to our ship. You really are a crybaby. Go ahead and ball your head off. If you will listen to reason, I will release you.
Let's do option number one.
I do not wish to reward violence, Captain.
Taking Spock against his will is an act of violence, too, Savant. No entity, no matter how wise, can impose eternity on another creature. Even the most authoritarian gods of myth never strip their subjects of their free will.
I remain unconvinced, Captain. But I am too aggrieved to argue. You and your scientist will be returned to your craft. Live long and prosper, James Kirk. Live well in your universe. And I shall try to live well in mine.
Alright. Mission successful, it looks like.
Captain's log. We are out of the Antares Rift and are on our way to Starbase 8, where the Enterprise has extensive repairs scheduled. All crew members, including First Officer Spock, are safely aboard.
So, Spock, you mean you had an eternity of pure enjoyment and you gave it up?
Affirmative, Doctor.
That has to be the most illogical thing I've ever heard. Humans spend their entire lifetime dreaming of an eternity of pleasure.
As do animals in the field. Perhaps humans are meant to be better than that. Perhaps we should dream of greatness and not simple gratification.
Greatness is a term subject to individual interpretation, Captain. The savant viewed the pursuit of greatness as useless, because all great deeds and accomplishments are destined to be forgotten in cosmic terms.
A cosmic being thinks in cosmic terms, Spock. But somehow that philosophy overlooks a lot of life's little pleasures. There's just one thing that bothers me about the whole thing.
Really, Doctor?
Spock finally got to enjoy himself, and I wasn't there to see it. Now that's something worth remembering.
Message from Starfleet Command.
Let's see what Starfleet Command
Your
says.
recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. Well done, Kirk. Keep up the good work. I must say, however, your performance is not what we've come to expect from James T. Kirk. I guess we all have our off days, Captain. Kane out.
Alright, not as good as they would like, but it works.
How long until we reach Nova Atar, Ensign?
About 23 hours, Captain.
22 hours, 53 minutes, and 17 seconds to be precise.
Spock, there's no need to be precise. We're going on shore leave. Rest, relaxation, no calls from Starfleet.
Captain, we have a message coming in from Admiral Richards at Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Hello, Jim. I know you're going on shore leave, but...
What is it, Chris?
Since you're going there anyway, and it's only a small favor...
Favor?
I don't want to inconvenience you, but...
Fine, you have it. What would you like me to do?
We recently discovered that one of the exhibits in the Smithsonian Annex at Nova Atar is of great historical significance to the Serenzi, an influential family from planet Lakian. The museum is going to have a small ceremony to return the item. The Federation planned to send a representative, but, well, she couldn't make it. Since you'll be in the neighborhood, well, no dress uniforms. All you have to do is smile and shake hands.
Smile, shake hands, it would be my pleasure, Admiral. My chief engineer had already promised to show me around. We'll be there.
Thanks, Jim. I owe you one. Check your data files for details. Oh, one more thing, Jim. Due to the security concerns, you won't be allowed to bring any electronic equipment with you. Richards out.
Now, I was saying...
Captain, do we really have to stand around and listen to speeches from a bunch of politicians?
It won't be all bad, Scotty. The curator's a major cognac producer, and he asked us to show up early to thank us for our support.
Captain, it'd be rude to keep a man like the curator waiting, what with an important diplomatic function to prepare for.
Oh, thank you, McAven. So I need to bring out my map again, so we can figure out where this goes. Yeah, sounds easy enough, but you know that's not going to be the case, right? Something nasty's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. There wouldn't be a mission otherwise. Okay, so let's go and we want to go to the Nova Altar. That would be 16. That's going to be this star down here.
We've arrived at Nova Atar, Captain.
Bring us into standard orbit, Mr. Sewell.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah, no electronics. So this will be interesting. Alright, so we are on the planet, so I guess we're ready to beam down. I guess before we do that, we should probably save it.
Save new game. Cancel. Save replace previous game. Save new game.
This would be mission 6, yeah? But these are all 8 missions here. So we are actually making very good progress here tonight. Yeah. That second mission was, third mission was a doozy though. That's beam mine down.
Mr. Scott, Mr. Chekhov, come with me. Mr. Spock, you have the call.
Oh, got another red shirt with us.
Captain Kirk, good to meet you. I am Boris Brezhnev, curator of the museum. Everyone is buzzing about visitors from the Enterprise. A real feather in my cap.
The pleasure is ours, sir. This is my chief engineer, Mr. Scott, and Ensign Chekhov, our navigator.
Most pleased to meet you both. Chekhov, a fine name. I'm certain you will be interested in sampling the Kazakhstani cognac, distilled and blended by my family. In fact, I will later show you my most prized possession, a bottle of our finest vintage, aged 40 years from our very first press.
But isn't cognac French?
Originally, Mr. Scott. But before my ancestors came to settle this planet, they went to Cognac and purchased cuttings, brought them here, and made enhancements. You could say we reinvented Cognac. I do not wish to be rude, but you gentlemen are a bit early, and I must see to making certain the cleaning crews are finished working. Please, feel free to look about a bit. I will page you later, and maybe you will join me in a small toast before the ceremonies. Yes?
It would be our pleasure, Curator.
Alright, so I guess we are automatically leaving his place.
I told you we invented it. Maybe we were a little hard on you, laddie.
Never doubted you for a second, Mr. Chekhov. Now let's take advantage of this time and look around.
Alright, so let's see what kind of items that we have. We have no items with us. We don't have no phasers, no electronics, nothing. Alright, so everything that we need to do is going to be here, so okay.
The plaque reads, an old ground-based phaser cannon model B-17, the real equalizer, rescued from a Federation scrapyard, probably based on the frontier near Nelapur. This phaser cannon no longer possesses any of its focusing or targeting equipment. The large capacitors in the base allowed a variety of power sources to be used to energize the cannon and gave the real equalizer considerable flexibility in use.
Alright.
Lights cascade continually above the surface of this device. Plaques on each side read, the Vandecourt Aurora generator was donated to this museum by Sir William Loudon. Originally, a university experiment designed to test broadcast power as both a containment system and photostimulation for possible use in a propulsion system, the unit was presented as a gift to Loudon, who liked the way it looked and had recently donated a significant sum to the university.
Alright, let's see what we got in this room.
The Klingon console looks operational, but without a ship attached, it's hard to tell. Written on the plaque, this is a control console from a Klingon warbird, the Klarg, which was salvaged from the battle wreckage near Crimmins 8.
Think you could make that work, Mr. Scott?
Of course, Captain. But it's not like I'll ever have to.
Alright, let's see what this is.
The plaque reads, the Niven, non-integrated Vulcan electronumerator, was one of the earliest versions of a Vulcan computer. Some of the components were found to only function correctly at high temperatures. Since the focus in those early days was on computational effectiveness and not user-friendliness, the operator could not stand near the Niven during its operation. Input to the machine was cabled in from a separate device. Hence, it was a non-integrated computer.
Oh, that's how much information I'm gonna need to know.
The plaque reads, the Niven, non-integrated Vulcan electro...
Alright, so can we go this way or can I go to that door? Let's see, Oh, I see what we got in this room.
This was a sensor diagram from the Remembrance, an early Terran interstellar craft. Low and sleek, this space vehicle has a Spartan look, written on the plaque. This is the escape pod in which the famous smuggler known as the Black McKiernan was captured. Unable to outrun his pursuers, McKiernan tried to escape in the pod as he blew up his ship, hoping the authorities would think he had perished. The pod had been specially constructed of expensive metalloceramic alloys to withstand such an escape tactic. Unfortunately for McKiernan, the pursuit included a trailing scout ship looking for a backtracking maneuver, and when the smiling smuggler opened the hatch thinking he'd made planetfall, he was treated to the inside view of a Federation cruiser's shuttle bay.
Alright, so this is a museum of many interesting pieces. Not sure what the whole point of this mission is yet.
The plaque reads, "A failed experiment in Habis robotics. The Green Mark 6 was one of those ideas where the original concept might have been sound, but the follow-ups were too much. Planned as a simple cargo handler, attempts were made at increasing its function and therefore its flexibility. Unfortunately, proposed missions such as security were well beyond its recognition systems and processors. One small piece of lasting notoriety was that the Mark 6 was one of the first Habis robotic uses of room temperature superconducting wiring. While the wiring concept went forward, little else of this robot did."
What?
The surface of the old docking ring is pitted from micrometeorite strikes, and there are several large welds running completely around it. Many magnetic coupling clamps are uniformly spaced around the ring. The plaque reads, "This docking ring was recovered in pieces from the port facilities at Genevieve 9, where it was broken when a freighter, the Hardy, accidentally turned on its thrusters just before mooring was completed."
Okay. I don't think there's anything else here.
This prop helps support the docking ring.
Is there any way to go this way, or we go this way only? Can't go that way or this way, so let's go here. Alright, guess we go back this way. That was a dead end. Let's go this way. Oh my, there's just so much crap here. This is a museum.
The plaque on the old machine reads, "An early experimental transporter. The Murnane 8 was from a time before transporters were safe for travel by living beings. Constructed to be a frequently modified testbed, the Murnane 8 had only a small loading bay. The destination controls were also still in testing, making the use of this transporter as much art as science."
Okay.
The plaque on the old machine reads, "An early experimental transporter. The Murnane 8 was from a time before transporters were safe." This EVA suit was worn by Ivan Petrovsky, a late 21st century Terran astronaut, during the famous Commonwealth mission. Petrovsky used this suit to dock with the damaged spacecraft SS Commonwealth and saved the vessel from certain destruction in orbit around Mars.
Petrovsky. Isn't that a Russian name?
I don't think so, Mr. Chekhov.
I sincerely doubt it, laddie.
Really? I would have sworn it was Russian.
An old communications panel. On the plaque, this communications station was removed off the old freighter, Big Bear Running, when that ship was retired from its customary Benchley to Sawcare run. Outdated by today's standards, this system was known for its powerful transmitter and ease of repair. As a side note, the shell of the Big Bear Running was used as a testing target for present models of photon torpedoes.
Very nice. Oh, I got a history lesson here.
The plaque reads, "One of the most widely used and most stable designs ever. The Umber Hubble Mark 84 has been used in far more ships than any other model.
Oh, what are you doing
Captain
here?
Kirk, I trained on one of these. It's solid as a rock and twice as dependable.
Remind me after the ceremony. I'll talk to the curator about letting you look this one over.
Thank you, Captain. I'd dearly love to put it through its paces.
Captain Kirk and party, please report to the curator's office, please. Captain Kirk and party, please report to the curator's office.
I hope you enjoyed your tour, gentlemen. Please join me. Would you mind if the first toast with the Kazakhstanian was to the Enterprise?
Curator, why isn't that Brezhnev cognac?
For heaven's sakes, Chekhov, don't interrupt a man on the verge of toasting the best ship in the fleet with the finest cognac on this side of the galaxy.
My apologies.
Alright.
Questions later, then. The toast. Here's to the Starship Enterprise. What could this be?
A conspiracy, if you ask me, Captain.
Let me pull this up on screen.
Oh my.
They destroyed my camera. Well, let's see how they deal with our other security systems.
Wow, I think he's dead, Jim.
Ignoring the slight ozone odor, the curator looks peacefully asleep.
Peacefully
A
asleep.
monitoring and control station for museum security. An old suit of armor, but with a strong framework added inside to avoid any accidents. It's holding a large metal lance in its right gauntlet.
Alrighty. We got here.
Finely crafted silver serving tray.
I guess we could pick up some items here, I guess.
No effect.
What?
This is a very expensive silver tray.
Captain, I don't know what we could possibly use these for.
What else we got here?
A nearly full decanter of cognac.
Oh, I could probably use this as a...
The decanter is nearly full.
Okay. This, what, lance thing looks like it might be,
An old suit of armor, but with a strong framework added inside to avoid any accidents. It's holding a large metal lance in its right gauntlet.
Can we take the lance? We
The
can.
large lance shows somewhere.
Alright, so we have a lance, so this is gonna be an interesting mission here. It's probably gonna be some,
This is helpful.
testing.
There's a button under the edge of the desk when the curator wants to open the door.
Alright,
Captain, what will we do when we get to the other room and the door closes?
might be a good thing to use the lance on. Use the lance
No,
on?
I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
I'm gonna use maybe...
What am I supposed to do with this, Captain? What am I supposed to do with this, Captain?
What about this thing here? Can we use this?
An enormous bottle of cognac. The plaque below reads, "This Jeroboam of Kazakhstanian cognac is from the first blending and 40-year aging on Nova Atar."
Oh, I'm not sure if we can take this one.
I feel rather bad about this, Captain.
I do too, Scotty, but it's always surprising what you need in an emergency.
No effect.
Looks like there's something there. Yeah, there's a piece of paper or something on it. Let's grab that.
I wonder what this is for.
Let's look at this note.
The note on the paper reads, Bresnia, VVSOP 2123.
Hey, we got a password for something. Alright. Can't use the length on the door. Maybe we can slide at night. We gotta keep the door open somehow.
Mr. Chekhov, see if you can wedge that knight under the door.
Yes, Captain.
Ah, just in the nick of time.
There, that should hold the door open.
Alright, let's see what else we got going on here.
The plaque reads, an old ground-based phaser cannon model B-17.
Too bad this doesn't still work. I bet we could scare the terrorists out of their plans.
Might be able to. Let's see if Scotty can do anything with it. Oh!
I've looked this beastie over, and the only things we might be able to use are the capacitors. I've taken them out. They'll soak up a wee bit of power before releasing.
Oh, I got a couple of capacitors. This is the table.
Lights cascade continually above the surface of this device. Plaques on each side read, the Vandecourt Aurora generator was donated to this museum by Sir William Loudon. Originally, a university experiment designed to test broadcast power as both a containment system and photostimulation for possible use in a propulsion system, the unit was presented as a gift to Loudon, who liked the way it looked and had recently donated a significant sum to the university. The plaque reads, the Niven, non-integrated Vulcan electron...
Okay, there are capacitors. We could use it on one of these things, I guess.
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
The capacitor should charge very quickly.
So you put both of them on there, maybe?
The capacitor should charge very quickly.
Alright, I'll charge the capacitors. Alright. Let's see if we can grab anything off of these machines.
No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect.
Alright, maybe it is...
Gentlemen, I'll leave this to you.
Oh, definitely it's fully charged. Okay. him do something? I can do something with this?
Captain, I was able to recover some heat-resistant wiring and a cable.
Alright. What about this machine?
Not much I can do with it, Captain. It's not connected to anything.
Alright. What about this one?
I think this is nothing but a Hulk now, Captain.
Alright, so... let's leave those things there for now, I guess. See what else we can do here.
Security lockdown is in effect. Please enter access code.
Alright, so I don't know the
Incorrect
access
access code. Access denied.
Alright, I need to write this code down. So let's go and
The
read
note on
this
the
piece of
paper reads, Bresnia, VVSOP 2123.
Oh, it doesn't say up on the screen.
The plaque reads, an old ground...
Too bad this doesn't still work.
Doesn't say
The
on
note on the
screen.
paper reads, Bresnia, VVSOP 2123.
Let's do that one more time.
The note on the paper reads, Bresnia, VVSOP 2123.
I think I have this right. Thank you, Ambazine. That's very helpful. So we'll go and get access here.
Security lockdown is in effect. Please.
Let's see. VVSOP 2123.
Security lock deactivated.
Alright. Alright, let's go. See what we can do here.
No effect.
This is not exactly my area of expertise.
No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect.
Okay, let's have Chekhov.
What am I supposed to do with this, Captain?
Oh, we can take something from here.
I was able to pull some of the magnetic clamps off. Maybe we will find a use for them.
More items. More items. Let's see if we can do anything else here.
I can't imagine what this machine could be good for. We should get some of these for the Enterprise, Captain. It's a good vehicle.
I'll grant you it's a good little craft, Chekhov, but we'll never need escape vehicles in the Enterprise.
Okay. Yeah, stealing everything is not tied down. That's exactly what I'm doing. Let's take these capacitors that are charged. Probably can use these on one of the items in these rooms somewhere.
Chekhov takes the capacitor off of the Aurora generator. Chekhov takes the capacitor off of the Aurora generator.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Exactly. You never know what you need
No,
in
I
an
don't think that's
emergency.
necessary.
Yeah, welcome to the stream there, Tactile Dot.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Let's go. See what we can do with this. it's humming along now. Or not.
That has to be one of the most useless robots I've ever seen.
Badly designed, Captain.
It's not going to help us, is it?
Only in a dance contest, Mr. Chekhov.
So I wonder if Mr. Chekhov can grab something from it now. Oops! You know, destroying pieces of art here.
Its head is as empty as the vacuum in space, but I did get some good wires.
Alright, we got some wires. Anything else? Take a capacitor back?
You take the capacitor out of the robot.
Alright.
No effect.
We should get some of these for the Enterprise, Captain. It's a good vehicle.
I'll grant you it's a good little craft, Chekhov, but we'll never need escape vehicles in the Enterprise.
Indeed, this is a priceless museum piece. Priceless. Maybe we should use Scotty here as well. And Scotty's an engineer.
Everything on this pod's too tight. I need the proper tools. I was able to get one loose access panel, but I'm not sure what we can do with it.
What? Let's see how, maybe have Chekhov here.
We should get some of these for the Enterprise, Captain. It's a good vehicle.
I'll grant you it's a good little craft.
Nothing this. Just try to grab stuff out of this.
No effect.
I can't do anything with that right now, I guess. Oh, hold on. We can try to put a capacitor in there. That's no longer charged.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Let's go down here.
Security lockdown is in effect. Please enter access code.
Alright, let's put this code in again. VVSO 2123.
Incorrect access code. Access denied.
Let's talk to Scotty. The world may never know. I have no idea how someone would fit in there.
I wish we could reach the Enterprise, Captain.
That would certainly be of some help, Mr. Scott.
Who would do such a thing as this, Captain?
We don't know until we find them, Mr. Chekhov.
Well, we don't have access to anything else. We got wires and everything else here. We put the capacitor back on here.
The capacitor should charge very quickly.
Alright. Let's just see if we can throw any items on this table. Alright there, Buttercup. Well, enjoy your dinner. Hopefully something good. Or maybe we can like connect the wires up or something with it.
Captain, what do you want me to wire the lights to?
Maybe not.
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Whoops,
No, I don't think that's necessary.
I don't understand, Captain. Why would we do that?
Because I told you to. That's why.
Security lockdown is in effect.
Well, passcode doesn't work.
Authorization code correct. Warning. Malfunction in security authorization. Access denied.
It appears that the terrorists do not want any visitors.
Oh, and now I guess we talk to Scotty.
Captain, when you were in school, did you ever make a tennis ball cannon?
Of course, Mr. Scott. It's a dormitory tradition. Empty cans, tape, and a little propellant. If I remember my formula, what's that got to do with our situation?
I was standing here looking at the cannon and thought maybe we could use the same idea to get through that wee door.
We're going to knock down the door with a tennis ball?
I'm sure Scotty had something else in mind. You did, didn't you, Mr. Scott?
Aye, Captain. In an engineering dorm, that's for freshmen only. As you move along, you get into bigger and better versions.
We'll use a big tennis ball?
No, laddie. I was thinking since we cannot fix the phaser here, maybe we could build some sort of mass driver. The capacitors on the cannon can discharge a lot of power in a short burst.
Oh, I remember. Using magnetic fields to propel an object faster and faster.
Don't say it, laddie. You didn't invent them.
Of course not. I was going to say we will need an iron tennis ball.
Iron tennis ball. Alright, so I guess now we might be able to put these wires together to build this.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
No? Maybe we can do it on the table itself?
Actually, Captain, I don't think these will do. They'd survive firing the beastie, but they don't carry enough current for what we're likely to need.
Okay. Alright.
We'll still have to wire them up, Captain. That's going to be the real job.
And then maybe we put the wires.
Actually, Captain, I don't think these will do. They'd survive firing the beastie, but they don't carry enough current for what we're likely to need.
Okay, if we use the lance here, I think.
We'll need to set up a magnetic field before we can place the lance.
Alright, what about the clamps? Clamps to hold the...
Captain, I'll need a little help positioning the clamps correctly while wiring them. Captain, push harder. I'll need these tighter to get more power.
I'm giving it all I got, Scotty.
Okay,
We are hooked up here, Captain.
alright, and we use the lance here, maybe? Are we ready for this? Alright.
One projectile ready to go, Captain.
Alright, let's go. And before we fire the weapon, let's make a save.
Save new game.
2 here. That's gonna be 6. I guess we will go ahead and Scotty fire this bad boy.
Thank you, Captain. This This'll be just like old times.
School must miss you dearly, Mr. Scott.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So it looks like it destroyed the table because the capacitor is no longer charged to. Let's see, can you take any of these items back? You can take the capacitor.
Chekhov takes the capacitor off of the Aurora generator. Chekhov takes the capacitor off of the Aurora generator.
Alright. So I guess we go to the door. Let's try and
No effect.
take anything else here?
No effect. No effect. No effect.
Save new game. Replace previous.
Alright, save that. Oh my!
The engineering panel. Look what we've done.
The spacesuit. We made a bit of a mess here, didn't we? We had no choice. Remember, who's really at fault here?
That we will, Captain.
Wow, look at the mess that we made here.
Although badly scuffed, when it was blasted free of the ceiling, the gas canister and nozzle look functional.
The curator mentioned these were in each room.
We could open the door and spray it on the terrorists.
If it's fast enough to stop them from using their phasers, it'll stop us too.
And they'd get a warning if the door started to open. Time enough to put the hostages in jeopardy.
Could probably take that.
The gas canister is a bit beat up from the fall, but still functional.
Let's see what else we got in here.
Whatever used to be on this pedestal is now long gone. Whatever used to be on this pedestal is now long gone. Whatever used to be on this pedestal is now long gone.
Yeah, that's
an old communications panel. On the plaque, this communication station was removed off the old freighter, Big Bear Running, when that ship was retired from its customary Benchley to Sawcare run. Outdated by today's standards, this system was known for its powerful transmitter and ease of repair. As a side note, the shell of the Big Bear Running was used as a testing target for present models of photon torpedoes.
Oh, can we actually use this? Got more stuff?
You think Uhura would like it if we swapped this one for hers?
Scotty, I never took you for having a death wish.
Actually, Captain, this one's not in bad shape. They took the transmitting gear and she's got no power, but other than that, she's in fine condition. They run a ship-shaped museum here.
Alright, let's look at this.
The plaque on the old machine reads, an early experimental transporter. The Murnane 8 was from a time before transporters were safe for travel by living beings. Constructed to be a frequently modified testbed, the Murnane 8 had only a small loading bay. The destination controls were also still in testing, making the use of this transporter as much art as science.
Alright, so we're going 9 or 10. That is the question. Let's try to go over to 10.
Security lockdown is in effect. Please enter access code.
Alright, let's go here.
There they are! Shoot them!
Load a previously saved game.
Well, that was not the right way to go. 10 is not the way we want to go. 10 leads to death.
The engineering panel. Look what we've done.
A spacesuit. We made a bit of a mess here.
That we will, Captain.
Oh, let's grab that. So we definitely want to head over to 9.
The gas canister is a bit beat.
The curator mentioned
we could open if it's faster,
and they'd get a.
Look at these two devices.
An old communications panel.
Just in case we need
the
to
plaque
know
on
this
the
for
old
later.
machine read.
Okay, let's go over and head over to number 9 here.
Security lockdown is in effect. Please enter.
Oh, that's a wonderful security code here. Oh, we haven't been in this room before. Take a look around here.
Written on the plaque, Federation Scientific Probe Model 331-19A. The 331-19A was powered by a small fusion reactor, since removed. The 331-19A had considerable range but was considered slow. The 331-19A carried a 3-ton instrument array. This has also been removed from the display model. This particular probe was used to monitor the collision of Algiers 5 and Algiers 6. One of the double stars at the core of the Algiers system had begun to collapse to a brown dwarf stage, and the resulting fluctuations resulted in the planet's orbital paths crossing, which led to their collision.
I've used one of these before, Captain. Everyone notices the fusion reactor, but I'll bet they forgot the fuel cell that served as backup power for the instrument package. It's probably as dry as a bone after all these years.
Well, maybe we can grab something from it, Scotty.
The access panel is stuck, Captain. I don't think any of us are strong enough to pull it free.
Alright. What is this?
The plaque reads, "The Dunkelberger Automated Worker Mark 12 was a successful entry in the early days of automated labor. The Mark 12 was designed to function as a cargo helper, allowing small manufacturers to cheaply compete against large corporations. Due to their small size, reliability, and obedience, these robots were often treated like pets and given names that were incorporated into their response systems. This particular version was called Barney."
Barney. Purple dinosaur. Take this?
No effect.
Nope.
The schematics for a Dunkelberger Automated Worker Mark 12.
About these crystals.
This display is all glistening angles of crystal, written on the plaque. An early example of the crystalline computers developed by the Lantoids of Tuner 9. Supposedly impossible to access by non-Lantoid life forms, the computer works on a combination of harmonics and light transmission. The Lantoids make physical contact with the computer to operate it. It is said that listening to a Lantoid operate the computer is like listening to a complex musical score played on delicate chimes. The Lantoids view programming as an art form.
Alright.
I don't know how this works, but looking at it reminds me of the time when I was a boy working on my first electronics project. I built one of those old crystal radios. Maybe this computer somehow projects its answers into your mind.
It may be just looking at the crystals made you remember that, Captain.
It's possible. Are you now practicing psychology, Mr. Scott?
Oh, no, Captain. I'm just a simple country engineer.
Okay, so we gotta do something in this room, but not quite sure what. Do something with these crystals?
This is an odd beastie, Captain. I'm not even sure how they powered this thing. It'd take days to begin to understand it.
You, Scott?
I'm only human, Captain.
Alright, can't use it. What about you take a crystal from it?
It probably wouldn't hurt anything to take one crystal. It's just a display after all. This one looks good.
No effect.
Alright, we got a crystal. Maybe you can use, let's see what we got here. Yeah, some alcohol. So let's try using one of these capacitors on this robot thing here. Seems like a good thing to use.
There's only a wee bit of juice in this capacitor, but I think it'll be enough to power up the robot. It's a tight squeeze, Captain. I don't think we'd be able to get it back out once it's in. Should I go ahead and do it?
We could use the help, Mr. Scott. Energize the robot. Not yet, Mr. Scott. We may need that power elsewhere. We could use the help, Mr. Scott. Energize the robot.
Alright, let's do that. Okay. I can use Scotty on the robot.
Barney, open the pod bay door.
Oh, that'll work. Okay. So now we got something here. So let's see what we got
Written
here.
on the plaque, Federation Scientific Probe.
Let me read that again.
I should get Mr. Scott to look at this. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Use Mr. Scott on the panel here.
I knew it. They forgot to take out the fuel cell. That fusion reactor always scares people enough that they forget the backup cell. It's dry now. You'd need to wet this beauty down and get a catalyst in her.
Well, I definitely got the alcohol for it, I guess. Okay, we can use this.
I hate to see a sweet liquid used for something other than tasting, but at least it'll work a fair bit in here.
Okay, let's use the filter.
Better than brandies? More than stums? Look out, fuel cell, here she comes.
Hey, that actually rhymes. Then we need a catalyst, I guess. Silver seems like a good thing to use.
It's a good thing to build in so much flexibility. The silver isn't a bad catalyst and will act as a contact too.
I guess we need something to power it up. So we use a capacitor here, maybe.
All hooked up and charging, Captain.
Alright, so I gotta wait for it to charge, I guess. This puzzle wasn't too bad so far. So we definitely can't go back to room 10, we'll just get blown up to bits. So there is that communication item. You might be able to use the crystal or something on
All
it.
ready to go, Captain.
Take anything else in here? Yes, we take the tray.
You remove the silver tray.
And I'm sure the alcohol is all gone. There's no more alcohol for us to drink, unfortunately. Alright, let's go and make a save.
Save new game.
Alright, 6-3. So communicating with the Starfleet might be a good idea. So I wonder if we have to maybe try to use Guardian on it. Maybe tell us what's wrong with it. Imagine needing to use the crystal.
You think Uhura would like it if we swapped this one for hers?
Scotty, I never took you for having a death wish.
Actually, Captain, this one's not in bad shape. They took the transmitting gear and she's got no power. But other than that, she's in fine condition. They run a ship-shaped museum here.
Oh, so two transmitting power. So probably gonna need to use the use the tray and the crystal and the charge capacitor here.
This reminds me of the time when I was a boy working on my first electronics project. I built one of those old crystal radios. With luck, we'll be able to get this transmitter working. It's been a while, but I think that will work.
It's not gonna be so simple just entering the crystal, I don't think. So we need a catalyst here. Silver tray.
I rigged up an isolated piece of frame in there as one conducting plate and the tray as the other. It's not the best solution, but it's the best I can do here.
Okay, and probably need to use the capacitor so give it power.
All hooked in, Captain.
Alright, let's use this communicator, see if it works.
Well, let's see how well this works. Kirk to Enterprise. Kirk to Enterprise. Enterprise, come in.
Who is this?
This is Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you? Whoever you are, call for help. There are terrorists in the museum. This is Captain Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. I'm in the Smithsonian Museum, where hostages are being held.
Alright, let's do this option.
How interesting. I'm in the Smithsonian Museum holding hostages.
Who am I talking to?
Oh, so this is dialogue. I didn't save it. So let's see how well my negotiation skills are.
You should give up immediately. You have no chance. I'm holding a Corbomite device. Why don't you and I discuss this? Who am I talking to?
Oh, let's start with the basic option here.
My name is Lucas. I'm a member of the Lockian family, Onakin.
I've never heard of the Onakin family.
It's no surprise you haven't heard of us, even though we're one of the largest and oldest families on Lockian. Just shows how much the Federation believes the lies the Soransi pass along.
The Soransi are your enemies? I find it unlikely the Federation will take sides.
In essence, I think this is the option I want to take.
Of course the Federation backs the Soransi. You don't see them taking hostages and setting traps for museum curators, do you? The Soransi are your enemies?
We do the Prime Directive, so don't take any side in conflict.
I find it unlikely the Federation will take sides.
So let's do this option.
If the Federation isn't backing the Soransi, how do you explain a ceremony giving the Soransi the Quelke? Obviously, the Federation believes their lies.
The Kelke? You mean the probe?
It is more than just a probe to us. The Quelke discovered Lockian generations ago. The entire race owes its existence to the Quelke.
I knew it had great significance. I just didn't know there was anyone else involved. This is when the original planet was on the verge of being destroyed? I thought the Soransi ruled your race. Shouldn't they be the ones that controlled the Kelke? I knew it had great significance. I just didn't know there was anyone else involved. This is when the original planet was on the verge of being destroyed?
Let's do option 2 here.
We have as much claim to that probe as anyone.
It sounds like you have a legitimate grievance. Does the Serenity also have a right to the Kelki? Then why is the museum handing the Kelki over to the Serenity?
I think this is a good third
It
option.
sounds like you have a legitimate grievance. Does the Serenity also have a right to the Kelki? Then why is the museum handing the Kelki over to the Serenity?
This might be a good option here.
It's because you're a pack of idiots. You have no idea what's going on. No idea who should have the Quelke.
Does the Serenity also have a right to the Kelki?
You know what? Option 1 might be the question we want to ask.
Idiots, huh? Would an idiot do this?
Yeah, that will probably not work.
Does the Serenity also have a right to the Kelki?
So option 1 here.
Of course they do, but no more than we have.
Then this situation should be looked into more closely by the Federation. We're here with the best intentions. You want peace? We want peace. Then release the hostages now, and we'll talk about a solution.
It's probably option 2 here.
And this situation should be then release the hostages now, and we'll talk about a solution.
We deal from power.
If you agree to release the hostages now, the Federation would not only keep the Kelki out of the Seransi's hands for now, but send in mediators to help find a peaceful solution for all.
That sounds like a good option.
And so do we. Power is something we have far more of than you. You would be wise to give up now and end this foolishness. If you agreed to release the hostages now, the Federation would not only keep the Kelki out of the Seransi's hands for now, but send in mediators to help find a peaceful solution for all.
That sounds like a good answer there.
Is that an offer?
That's a guarantee.
That sounds like what we want to say.
Obviously, I'll have to check with my superiors on this, but I'm certain something can be worked out. That's a guarantee.
Let's do option number 1 here.
Then we have a deal. We will turn off the security override and give ourselves up. And trust the word of Captain Kirk.
Mr. Chekhov, have Dr. McCoy beam down to make sure the curator and guards are all right. Mr. Scott, lower the museum's shields and have a security team beamed aboard. Captain's log supplement. The terrorists had already turned off the security override. After putting the 3 Onicons in custody, it was decided that the probe would not be returned to the Seransi. Federation mediators will visit Lakian to assist in the negotiations on the fate of this artifact. The fact that they gave up voluntarily when they could have possibly escaped and injured no one certainly made points for the Onicon's claim. Curator Brezhnev was treated by Dr. McCoy and is in good health. Commendations are in order for Scott and Chekhov for meritorious service. Lieutenant Uhura, send a message to Admiral Richards. Tell him he owes me more than he thinks he does.
Aye, sir. I have a feeling he's not going to be surprised.
I'm afraid I'm going to remember this mission with a great deal of sadness, Captain.
Why is that, Mr. Scott?
It was such a fine cognac, Captain. It was just waiting for us, and now it's gone forever. Such a waste. You always remember the one that got away.
Sure, Scott.
Captain, message incoming from Starfleet.
I see they got our report. On screen.
I reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. I am very pleased with your performance. It was a perfect mission, Jim. Your reputation as Starfleet's best starship captain is secure. Kane out.
Perfect. I like perfect. Perfect mission. We got a couple of perfect missions. Through this
Captain's log,
madness.
Stardate 6169.3. While delivering supplies to outposts near Klingon and Romulan space, we received a distress signal from the Romulan neutral zone.
On screen, Captain.
This is Sub-Commander Guyon of the Warbird Infinitus. We are under attack. Assist us, please.
Transmission jammed at the source, sir. The transmission originated on the Romulan side of the neutral zone.
Captain, this could be a setup. The Romulans might be trying to lure us into a treaty violation.
We can't interfere in Romulan business. Take us to our next mission. Set course Warp Factor 8. I'm not going to ignore a distress call, even if it is a Romulan. We can't interfere in Romulan business. Take us to our next mission.
What? Let's do option 1, since I think that's a more correct route to take here.
This day is not going well.
Captain, we have an emergency message from Starfleet. Code 1.
That's a planetary catastrophe.
On screen.
Captain, a very large alien ship is about to land on the planet Atticus in the Klingon neutral zone. The aliens stated that they intend to land in the midst of the capital city. Then the ship cut communications with us. Since then, all attempts to contact the alien craft have failed. You are the closest starship to Atticus. We want you to evaluate the situation and safeguard the colonists. We need you to make contact with the aliens.
Alright, so we got our next mission here. So we need to go to Antabis. I'll put that down here. And we're going to be wrapping up here for today. So let's go and make a save. Come on. Won't let me out. Why isn't the tab keep working? What? There we go. Not sure why that wasn't working, but save here. Yeah, I got 3 completed missions here for tonight. This should be mission 7. I think there are 8 missions in this game, so we are definitely think we'll be able to beat this tomorrow night. So we'll be playing some more of this tomorrow night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. So definitely feel free to follow me here on Twitch and Twitter and Discord and YouTube and all of those fun things. Yeah, we'll also be playing some more Might and Magic 1 as well, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, we'll probably be visiting Castle Alamar and figuring out what the how to deal with that king who is not supposed to be there, who's been taken over by an alien. So yeah, that'll be a fun time for tomorrow. So yeah, so let's go and find someone to raid here. Oh my, what happened to my screen? Let's reload here. Alright, let's go and let's see who's available for a raid. Let's give Virtual Plays a raid. She's playing some King's Quest 3. So let's go check her out. And thanks again, everyone, for coming out here tonight. And I will see you guys again tomorrow for some Might and Magic and some more Star Trek.